this movement here, you'll see Keira's shoulders are so flexible that she's not really going into the upper back, which you want that extension. To fix this, you're going to push your chest forward and down and keep your shoulders in place. That emphasizes thoracic extension. Here, Keira is demonstrating thoracic rotation drills. What she's doing is she has her elbow bent behind her, rolling her chest up and rotating to the right. This is as opposed to leading with your arms straight. Some people that have shoulder flexibility issues, if you lead with the arms straight, the shoulder is going to restrict you versus the rotation in the thoracic spine. So if you have problems, go ahead and keep that elbow bent. In this angle, you can see that you want your elbow and your shoulder to be in line, and your hips and your knees to be in line. That's the neutral position for thoracic rotation. You can change it by shifting your hips forward or backwards, depending on what area of the back you want to work on. If you're sitting back on your heels, it's going to feel it a little bit higher in the spine. If you're going forward, you're going to feel it a little bit lower. So again, this variation has her with her elbow bent, and then this one has it with her arm straight. Here, she's more on the back of her arm. See it from this angle, see how she pulls it across, and she starts more on the back of her arm and actually having her shoulder down versus her elbow on the ground. That way you can see it's a little bit more of a rotation emphasis when you do that. You're already starting in a good side bent rotated position. And again, people with shoulder flexibility issues, go ahead, just place the palm, the back of your hand on your low back and lead with the elbow. If you're fine, your shoulders are fine, go ahead and keep your elbows straight. So what we're going to show you here is a pre-back bend sequence, a warm-up towards more vigorous back bending. Keira is starting in tall kneeling, pushing her hips forward as she leans back, lifts her chest up and looks backwards. You actually want to try and relax your butt as you lift up and lean back, hips forward and lean back. Do about 10 to 12 of those. Next, going into a lunge, kneeling lunge. Now you notice she has her foot fairly far forward. Depends on your flexibility. You want to bring it back if it's too much. What we're doing is we're adding a rotation to the same side as the leg that's up. So if your right leg is up there, you're going to turn to the right. Notice she pulls it back. If this is your starting point, this is your starting point. If you can go a little bit further, you should go a little bit further. Make sure your knee, the one that's on the ground, is straight and even. A lot of people that can do the splits can still benefit from this rotation. We go back into tall kneeling and we're going into a camel pose variation. So now she's up on her toes, reaches back towards her heels and does the same thing that we did in the beginning, shifting her hips forward as she works on lifting her chest up and back. It's best to go in and out of the posture first, then you can spend a little bit of time holding that static position after a few dynamic actions. The full camel pose is to be on your insteps, then grab your heels. What you're looking for here is making a straight line through your shoulders to your hands, and a straight line from your hips down to your knees. At the same time, lifting your chest up and back, and your hips up and forward. Next, we're going to work on stretching the quads a bit. If you can, you're going to try and sit down in between your heels, so her heels are out to the side of her hips. Leaning back as much as possible, going back onto your elbows and lifting the chest up. What you're also trying to do is not have the lower back arch, but you want to do a tilt so you can try and flatten the low back as you're working on stretching the front side of your thighs. If this is too much for you, try leaning against a couch or another stool or a table so that you can work on this, not going flat against the ground. But eventually this is what you're going to want to do. As she raises her hands overhead, that makes it even harder. But again, try and flatten that low back arch down. That will put more stress on the front of the thighs. Then come out of it. Now we're going to work on a shoulder bridge. Make sure that your heels are in line with your hips as you rise up. You're grabbing the front of your ankles. Here, even though we're lifting up, you do want to relax your glutes and use your quads to lift up. So you're pushing through your quad with your quads, pushing through your feet, lifting your hips up and back towards your head. What you'll also notice is she's not actively pushing her knees outward. Again, try and relax your glutes. A lot of the pressure should be from your quads lifting up and back, lifting your hips back and up behind you. The next variation has you clasping your hands behind you, rocking back onto the top of the back of your shoulder. You notice that gives you a little bit more elevation. It's also going to work more on the thoracic spine. Again, relax your butt and push with your quads.